I've been very lucky, and my job involves me travelling and being adventurous. So I've done loads of things that have pushed me out of my comfort zone. And in fact, I used to do a programme called Michaela's Wild Challenge, where I was challenged to do crazy things. And I think top of the list of that series, for instance, was I was challenged to serve lunch to some hungry sharks underwater. And I had to go down in a chainmail suit with a bucket of fish and hand out these fish to these sharks that aren't known for chomping your hand off, but nevertheless, you know, if you're stupid enough to hand a fish out, then they could get confused between the fish in your hand, hence the chainmail suit. But you know, that to me was an experience I will never forget. If I think about my goals, one day I was watching children's telly and I thought, gosh, I'd really like to do that. I'd really like to do children's presenting. So I've discovered somewhere to go to get an audition for a programme called The Wide Awake Club, which was a Saturday morning show. And I went for the audition, and to my amazement, I got it. So I think I am somebody that if I decide I want to do something, I make a plan and I try and do it. It doesn't always happen, don't always achieve it, but at least I've tried. I think a lot of people lack confidence. And I think the hardest thing is deciding to do something adventurous, deciding to take that step out of your comfort zone. And I think it's just being brave enough and strong enough to say, I'm going to do it. And I think once you've made that step, it's almost like the hurdle over, everything else is easy. Because then you go to a company like Exodus Travel and they do it all for you, which is great. All you've got to do is make the decision to do it. Financial constraint is obviously the biggest hurdle for most people. But as I say, that you can change your priorities of what you spend money on, and you can maybe save up, even if it takes 5 years to save up. Do you know, I had a friend once who decided not to buy a coffee and a croissant on the way to work every day. Instead, she actually put that money, what, £3.50 or whatever, in a jar. And it wasn't that long before she had enough money to go on a little holiday. I think a lot of people's plans, suddenly something goes wrong, something changes in their circumstances, they thought they could do it that year. Well, don't just ditch the plan completely. You know, think, okay, it didn't work this year, you know, we couldn't go on that amazing holiday, but let's try and do it next year. You know, don't give up on your dreams. I think attitude is a major thing for achieving your goals. I think it's, you know, there are people that will never achieve their goals, and there are other people that just need some encouragement, they need some inspiration. They're sitting there going, one day I'd love to do that. And then someone says, okay, well, I'm going to help you do it. Let's do it. Let's go and book the holiday and do your dream. And that's all they need to push them off the sofa.